They're here.
It is only one man.
No, they're here. They're here.
It is only one man.
No, they're here.
Yo, 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 yo. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing tonight? Man, tonight's stuff happened at a quick, fiery paces, man. What is going on with America? It's be like almost 3 a.m. where I live, and I get this notification a few hours ago that Kirky Boy got sent to permanent timeout. What the hell is going on? And then I saw the clip. Oh, man. The minute I saw it, I was like, yeah, he done. And all these right-wing grifters trying to gain some Twitter interactions, trying to gain some interaction so they can get extra few bucks at the end of the month from Elon, saying, "Oh man, he's fighting for his life. Press like and pray, put some prayers on him in the comments and all of that bullshit." But that boy ain't making it out of that. It hit him in the jugular vein or whatever, and all that blood poured out of him. I'm sure y'all see the videos, and I'm sure I can't show it here or get my channel taken down. But yeah, Kirky Boy got sent into permanent timeout. Where is it? Let me see. I got the. Hey, hi, Xavier Simon. Thanks for coming up on the channel. So yeah, this dude got sent into permanent timeouts, and the whole Twitterverse and the whole USA media has went into frenzy because, as you know, he was doing his usual spiel, going into college campuses, doing the whole right-wing shtick of debating people who just getting their frontal lobe developed, seeing what he can debate them on, transgender issues, Islamophobic issues, and all that. And now the new thing with that Ukrainian girl who got stabbed in that and that train, and now they trying to make a new civil war, make it a racial war, whatever, with all their dog whistles and all that, racial whistles, saying, "Oh man, if it was a white guy if it was a white guy, it would be a national story. But because it was a black guy, nobody's paying attention and all that." So this is what he does, and all these right-wing personalities been doing for decades: stock racial hatred, stock any type of hatred to get their names up, get themselves on national, get themselves some national audience. And I guess this is the end of the road, man. Hey, I hope that Zionist payroll is enough for you so you can enjoy hell for eternity, man. Aw, man. Joe, why you mad? I'm just respecting his wishes. Don't you know that I'm respecting his wishes, that you don't show sympathy? Charlie Kirk said it himself. Don't show sympathy. That's weak. Showing sympathy is weak. Let me show you. Why am I? Let me show you. Charlie Kirk himself say it. There you go. So don't call me a fool. I'm just respecting his wishes.
I can't stand the word empathy, actually. I think empathy is a made-up New Age term that does a lot of damage. But I can't stand the word empathy, actually. I think empathy is a made-up New Age term that does a lot of damage. But
So why aren't you respecting his wishes, man? Showing empathy does a lot of damage. So I think you're doing a lot of damage for his memory that you're showing empathy to him. So don't be empathetic, my man. Don't be empathetic. Respect his wishes, respect his memory, and don't show sympathy and empathy. My apologies. Don't show any empathy because that's what he wished for. Again, let's show the main picture that we should discuss right here. Because I told you that dude doesn't respect empathy, and you shouldn't show any empathy. Right here. Where is it? Can you see what I was showing in the picture right here? Let me show you the video. Tell me if you can hear what it says. Because that dude said, we don't show any empathy. Let me play it one more time. Don't show empathy to him, folks, because you're disrespecting his wishes.
I can't stand the word empathy. Actually, I think empathy is a made-up New Age term that does a lot of damage. But I can't stand the word empathy. Actually, I think empathy is a made-up New Age term that does a lot of damage. But I can't stand the word empathy. Actually, I think empathy is a made-up New Age term that does a lot of damage. But
you see, I'm just respecting his wishes, man. I'm here to respect the long memory of Charlie Kirk. So I'm just here so he doesn't. Hey, what's up? Hey, you might be right because don't rush it, my man. I'll be getting to that. Don't rush it, my man. Alaikum salam, I'm your God. I'll be showing that just in time. Just give me a moment. Let me get my shit. Let me get my shit through, man. So yeah, the dude got deleted. I can't show you the video because I get my channel taken down. But what I wanted to show you is a few things. First, the things that he used to preach, and I think we can all agree that he lived and died by these teachings. Let me show you what he used to preach about the Second Amendment, saying, "Hey, a lot of people can die every year and then, but it's a expected loss and sacrifice for the right for the Second Amendment." Let's hear it. He said it himself.
I think it's worth it. I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year so that we can have the Second Amendment to protect our other God-given rights.
You see? Did you hear what he just said? It's a good sacrifice to have some gun-related deaths every year to protect the Second Amendment. So, hey, the dude died by his morals, so you can't give him that. He lived and died by his ethics and morals. He died as a sacrifice to protect his Second Amendment right. So we should also commend him for that. So I'm commending him for sacrificing himself for the Second Amendment, and I'm respecting his wishes to not show empathy for him as he asked. So everybody in the chat, don't show empathy and respect that he sacrificed himself for the Second Amendment rights. So good for you, Charlie Kirk. You lived and died by your morals. That's one thing. The other thing that I wanted to focus on is we're going to get into the fallout of what happened and who might be behind it. And you might not think who is behind it, but let's see what we got here. I don't know if you can see it, but it says Charlie Kirk said he feared Israel would kill him if he stepped out of line. Netanyahu paused his attacks on 7 different countries to tweet about Charlie. Minutes after the attack, minutes. The arrested suspect was a patsy and the shooter is still on the run. Am I hearing this right? So it's still very early, and I will not take anything out of the question about what just happened. So I'm going to show you a few other things about what just happened. Let's see what the other favorite right-wing boy said about this thing. Let's see. I don't know if y'all can see it, but it says Shapiro and Levine or Levin or whatever his name is, I don't care, threatened anyone that speaks out against Israel literally this week. And you see the tweet here said Ben Shapiro and Mark Levin call for purging the rights of America Firsters who think there's a shadowy group manipulating America. You can't be a leader of the right if you think the president is covering for a Mossad R ring or struck Iran for Israel. That's what Shapiro said. So they're calling for the cleansing of the America's rights, who chant America first. And I've seen articles that argue that America first is now a racial hate thing that's anti-Semitic. So if you say America first, you're anti-Semitic. So you can take that whatever you would like to take it. I'm just stating what I've been seeing on these Twitterverse or Twitter Spaces. The other thing that I want to show you, let me pick up the tweet that I wanted to show you. Hold on, give me a second. Let me pull it up. There you go. So this Twitter handle said, I'm not gonna name names, but I was told by someone close to Charlie Kirk that Charlie thinks Israel will kill him if he turns against them. And it was posted on August 14th. So it was a month ago that this tweet was tweeted. So it wasn't just posted after the incident. So take it what you want to take it, because I think it's just to stoke some civil unrest in America, because things have been very much heating up in the right spaces, because they saying this white chick who got stabbed in the subway station. The subway station with that girl got stabbed. And now the right wing are very pissed off because it was a black guy who stabbed her. And they're saying everybody's covering up for him because he was a black guy. And the racial tensions are rising up. Just give it just a spark to light everything up and get everything on fire after what happened. So it might be the perfect incident to get things moving and get this rolling on a racial fire that's going to swarm the rest of America. Because it might happen. Because the next thing you know, somebody else going to go and do something for a leftist, quote unquote, and do something to him. You don't know. That might gonna happen because he got a lot of following. He had a huge following online, and a lot of people are right now very disenfranchised, very hurt, very pissed off. Not only by this thing, but before it, there was a lot of things that the right wingers were using to stock up more racial angst and anger amongst their followers. And now this thing came. Oh boy. It just needs a match, and it's going to light up on fire. Let me show you this. A representative of the Congress, in her first comment after what happened, let me show you what she says. After she telling the reporters after Charlie Kirk was shot, Democrats own what happened today. And you can see they already started pointing fingers. They're already using this to stoke up more racial divide and more divide between the people. She immediately pointed this against the Democrats. I don't know if the shooter was a Democrat or what his intentions were, but you can see how the right wingers are using this for their own agenda. So Democrats own what happened today. That's what she said to the reporters. And a reporter very smartly said, so should the Republicans own the shooting of the Minnesota lawmaker? And she said, are you kidding me? No. So he caught her in her own hypocrisy. He caught her in her own hypocrisy, and she started talking. No, we talking about Charlie Kirk today. So he caught her, and she started talking over him. Let me show you.
I'm going to say this. Democrats own what happened today. I am devastated. My kids have called panicking. They probably, all the kids of every conservative in the country called panicking. Just because you speak your mind on an issue doesn't mean you get shot.
Then by that logic, do Republicans own the shooting of the two Democratic lawmakers in Minnesota?
Political.
Isn't this on both
Are you
sides?
kidding me?
No, I'm asking.
We
a
don't
serious
know what
question.
condition Charlie Kirk is in right now. Some raging leftist.
So you see how he caught her in her own hypocrisy? She said, Democrats should own this. Whoa, 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 woo, woo, woo. Democrats should own this. Trying to rise up and make some dividing comments, instigating about after what happened. And Democrats should own it. And he said, well, should Republicans own the incident where a Republican, a right-winger, shot two Minnesota lawmakers? It was like a month or two ago when that happened. Because you condemning Democrats after what happened, and you still don't, it was very early, you don't know who the shooter is, because the reports are now conflicted saying the shooter is still at loose, and you immediately blame Democrats. Well, did you blame the Republicans over the shooting of two Minnesota lawmakers who were Democrats? You didn't blame the Republicans then. And she started, are you kidding me? We don't know the condition of Charlie Kirk right now. We're talking about Charlie Kirk. This is the same game they always play. Every single incident, it doesn't matter if they're hypocrites or not. They're going to use it to further their agenda, further their racial and their dividing agenda to divide the people and stay in power. I mean, if you focused on right versus left, you're not going to focus on who's actually controlling both the right and the left. It's just the same wings for the same bird. So you're not going to worry about all the other important stuff. They're going to make you focus on this stuff. Just focus, the Democrats, they're the ones who's doing all this violent stuff. And they're making all the criminals out in the streets, like that Ukrainian chick that got stabbed in the train. And then the Democrats gonna come out and say, well, look at the Republicans inciting all this racial hatred and all this gun violence in the schools. Do you know, after Charlie Kirk got shot, there was a shooting in a high school right as it was happening. 3 high schoolers got killed. So this is not over. This is gonna carry on to way more crazy stuff that's gonna happen. A lot of stuff gonna happen, man, and it's scary. I don't want to say this to any of the American listeners who are watching this, but I hope it gets way more crazier, because I got tired of the shit that America imposed on the rest of the world. I don't know if you know, but I'm a Middle Eastern who suffered first-handedly by the American invasion of a certain country in 2003. My family home was destroyed. It got bombed. And then they said, oh, we apologize. It was a false report. Bitch, you destroyed our house. Our livelihood was never the same after this shit. Not to mention the tens of family members who suffered on their hands. But we're not going to dwell on that. That's another story for another day. But hey, things going to get way more scary and way more crazy when it comes to American politics. Because now you already have the right-wing politician using this to say that the Democrats should own up to what happened because it's their fault. So it is what it is. Anyway, there's a There's another image that I wanted to show you guys, which is this one. And it's related to who I personally think, was behind this. Look at this right here. It is the same picture that I showed you earlier of the guy who tweeted on August that somebody close to Charlie Kirk reported that Charlie Kirk thinks Israel will kill him. And it was 1 month ago. It was in August. And somebody tweeted at him, said, "Is this true? I only need a yes or no." And the dude said yes. So it might be the perfect false flag to usher up a new set of rules, set of laws that will make a more totalitarian control over the population, just like they always do. They always come up to you and say, we need more laws, we need more laws in place to protect you, to bring back the security over America. That's what they did with the Patriot Act. That's what they did with NSA. They always come up with these things to justify implementing new set of laws that will make more control, more totalitarian control over the American population. Hey, that's a good move. I'm your God. Scrub all that shit off, because Palantir already has the control, already has whole database on all the Americans. They got your social security, they got all your information, they got all your social medias, and they all got those data sets. And it's a Palantir company that's controlled by Israel. I don't know if people have dug deep into this, but it's a company that's controlled by Israeli interests. So all your balls are held by Israel right now. All your shit. So that's what I wanted to show you guys. So if anybody wants to come up and discuss this shit, discuss what's gonna happen, because I know shit's gonna happen. Shit's gonna hit the fan. More gun violence and more violence is gonna come up, both on the right and the left, and people on either side are gonna throw all the accusations on each side, saying you started this, and shit's gonna hit the fan. And I'm here waiting for it, to be honest with you. I'm just gonna sit back, relax, watch the whole shit hit the fan. And everybody who wants to come up, here's the link in the comments. If you want to come up, you can come up. I'm gonna post it also on my community tab, so you can join easily if you can't hit the link. So that can be easier for you to join. So I'm gonna put the link right there. Hit on my channel, go to the community tab. You're gonna see the link right there. You can hit it, and then you can come up on the panel and discuss what you think happened and who's behind it, and what you think that's gonna happen in the fallout of this shooting, because he's one of the high-profile right-wing figures. It's not like all the other dinosaurs who used to hog all the radio airways, talk about the Republican sides. Hey, I don't know if it affect me. It's gonna affect me personally, because I live way off. I'm in the Middle East. I'm not near America right now. So all what we're gonna discuss is we're discussing what's gonna happen to the American populace. What I think is gonna be a whole lot of civil unrest. There's gonna be a lot of violence on either side, and either side's gonna throw accusations on each other, saying you started this, you're the untolerated leftist who talk about tolerance and all that, but you're really psychopaths and all that. I know I don't live here. Thanks for worrying about what's on my well-being, sir. You can come up on the panel. I got the link in the comments, and you can go to my YouTube channel, go to the community tab. You can click the link right there and join the panel if you want to come up. So I think shit's gonna hit the fan. basically, because as Charlie Kirk got shot, there was a high school shooting happening at the same time. So it's not ending. And you might see a leftist type of figure who will get shot, or you will have violence against them, because things are already very tense in the right wing spaces. Because I be surfing these right wing spaces, see what they talking about. And what they talking about is that this anger and this talk about this Ukrainian woman who got stabbed, and it didn't cover the mainstream media because the aggressor was black. And you see these right wing figures like Andrew Tate and Elon Musk, all of them saying, we want to paint murals in her name, and we're going to pay 500,000, 1 million, and all of those type of money, throwing it around, saying, I want artists to paint her mural on subways and all that. So they're already tense over that woman. And now this thing happened. So who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? Trump himself tweeted about it. Benjamin Netanyahu tweeted about it. He's my friend, and we were inviting him to Israel to come for the coming weeks, but unfortunately, he's not going to make that visit. So he had friends and not influence, but his voice was heard over very important and influential people up there. So you know this is not going to be left without consequences. You're going to see a lot of shit hit the fan. So, but anyway, I'm going to show you a tweet so you can take it as you want. But this tweet by Charlie Kirk, I want you to keep it in mind, because he says, according to Charlie Kirk's logic, his death is his own fault, not the shooter, because he tweeted about the deaths of women and children in Gaza are the fault of Hamas, not the people who's killing him, the IDF, or genociding them. So he says, it's not Israel, it's the fault of Hamas. The women and children who's dying in Gaza are the fault of Hamas. So take it or leave it, Charlie Kirk fans. He said himself, it's not the fault of the shooter, it's the fault of Charlie Kirk himself, because he's the one who was talking all that shit. And somebody got mad at him and did it to him. So it's not their fault, it's Charlie Kirk's fault, right? And I also want to remind you of what he said. So I want all of you to respect his wishes and don't show empathy to him, because that's what he asked everybody, that showing empathy is weakness. Let's hear it himself.
I can't stand the word empathy. Actually, I think empathy is a made-up New Age term that does a lot of damage. But I can't stand the word empathy. Actually, I think empathy is a made-up New Age term that does a lot of damage.
So that word does a lot of damage, and he's asking you not to use it. You see? He said, don't use that word because it's a new age word that does a lot of damage. So if you respect Charlie Kirk's wishes, I hope from the deepest point and parts of my heart that you respect his wishes and don't show empathy to him, right? Because you also got to respect his wishes and respect his memory, because he's a martyr for the Second Amendment rights. Because you remember what he said? The sacrifices of few people dying by gun violence is worth it. So him dying by the hands of a gun, by a shooting, is worth it to protect the Second Amendment. Let's hear him say it himself.
I think it's worth it. I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year, so that we can have the Second Amendment to protect our other God-given rights. That is a prudent deal. I think it's worth it. I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year, so that we can have the Second Amendment to protect our other God-given rights. That is a prudent deal.
You see? He's asking you to expect that his death and other people's death by gunfire just like the 3 kids who died in high school just as he was getting shot. There was 3 kids in high school at the same time getting shot in another school shooting. They died as well. So all these deaths are accepted sacrifices to him. To him, that's accepted sacrifice to protect the Second Amendment. Hey, I'm just giving you his opinion. I'm not saying my opinion. I'm just giving you his opinion, so you can take it or leave it. So Charlie Kirk himself said their deaths and his death himself is accepted price for the Second Amendment. Let's hear it again.
I think it's worth it. I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year so that we can have the Second Amendment to protect our other God-given rights.
So that's what he said. And I want you all to respect the wishes and the morals he died upon as he gave himself as a sacrifice for the Second Amendment rights. So all of y'all, I want you to celebrate him. I want you to celebrate the life that he lived and the sacrifice that he gave for the rights of y'all to have the Second Amendment right. Just like he said that he doesn't want empathy. So if you're thinking of showing him empathy, don't, because that goes against his wishes and you're disrespecting his life.
I can't stand the word empathy. Actually, I think empathy is a made-up New Age term that does a lot of damage. But I can't stand the word empathy. Actually, I think empathy is a made-up New Age term that does a lot of damage. But
so don't show him empathy, guys, because it does a lot of damage. So don't do it. Just like when he said that he's gonna. Hey, Curtis, you can come up on the panel and refute what I said. I'm just giving you his opinions. I'm not doing anything of myself. I'm just showing you what he used to say. That's all I'm doing. So you can come up on the panel, go to my community tab, hit the link, come up on the panel, and tell me what you think of what happened and what you think is going to happen to America. Curtis, just like he said that he doesn't like empathy. So if you empathetic of him, you're disrespecting his memory. That shame of you. That's very shameful, good sir. Don't do that. Don't disrespect his memory by showing him empathy, right? Just like he said that it's a expected and accepted result or accepted price to have gun violence and gun deaths every year to protect the Second Amendment. So I gave you all what I had to give you. If anybody wants to come up and debate me or give you your opinion, I'm not going to debate anybody because I'm just showing you what he used to say. And if you want to have the floor and talk about what happened and what you think should happen, I'm not disrespecting him, my friend. I'm just saying that he expects you to not show empathy because he thinks it's a made up word and it shows weakness. It does a lot of damage. That's all I'm doing. I'm not doing anything, good sir. You can come up and have this, and you can have the whole floor is yours and talk about what you think happened and who's to blame and what you think about Charlie Kirk. So if you don't know, now you know. Just like my younger brother here has to say.
And if you don't know, then go, nigga! And if you don't know, then go, nigga!
Hey, if you don't know, now you know. Just like he yeah, you saw. I understand, my friend. You can come up and talk about it. Go to my community tab, hit the link, and it's gonna show you up to what is his name, StreamYard, and you can come up and talk about what just happened and about what you think is gonna happen to America among this civil unrest that's happening. I'm sure you're in the right wing circles. I'm sure you've been seeing the posts and all the discussions that happened about that Ukrainian woman that has been stabbed in the subway, right? I'm not sorry for what happened to him at all. I'm just going after his wishes where he said don't show empathy, so I'm not showing him any. And as always, he also didn't have any empathy for the people that I'm a part of, so why should I be empathetic to him? Yeah, as I said, I have no empathy for him. I'm just exercising his wishes so I don't disrespect his memory. And also, he doesn't have any empathy for my people. And he bragged and debated and argued that they don't exist and they shouldn't exist. So why should I be worrying or mourn that he doesn't exist? It doesn't make any sense to me, sir. Just like he doesn't care if my people existed, I don't care that he exists, or I don't care that he exists or not. So just like Charlie Kirk came up and said, I now trust the people in the government about Jeffrey Epstein. I trust that I trust his wishes to not show any empathy to him. I don't know if you remember that or not. He came out after the Trump said there's no list and all that. He said, well, I'm going to believe the government. Whatever they say, I'm going to believe it. There's no Epstein list. So I'm going to take what Charlie Kirk said at face value. So no empathy here, sir. You can have empathy somewhere else. I thank you, Amir. I appreciate what you have to say. And Curtis, I appreciate you too. Drop a like and a comment on the video. Come up on the panel and discuss it if you want. So yeah, if anybody wants to come up and talk about what just happened to Kirky Boy right here, you can come up and talk about it. I gave my piece on who I think is responsible of what I think is going to happen, because America is coming up to a shitstorm of civil unrest. So if anybody, hey, thanks for joining the panel. Thanks for joining the chat and giving your opinion. I appreciate you, good sir. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you. So yeah, there's a lot of shit that's gonna happen, because you can already see the right wingers already using this to stoke more hatred amongst each other, because you see this right wing Republican Congresswoman. Look what she had to say. Let me remind you of what she had to say.
I'm going to say this. Democrats own what happened today. I am devastated. My kids have called panicking. All the kids of every conservative in the country called panicking. Just because you speak your mind on an issue doesn't mean you get shot.
Just like she said, the Democrats should own up to what happened. So she is saying it's Democrats' faults. So this reporter asked her, so should the Republicans own up to what happened to those two Minnesota lawmakers who got shot by a Republican or a right-wing shooter? Should they own up to that? And she got caught in her own hypocrisy. So she started trying to avoid answering him, saying, we're only talking about Charlie Kirk today. Let's listen.
By that logic, do Republicans own the shooting of the two Democratic lawmakers in Minnesota?
Political.
Isn't this on both
Are you
sides?
kidding me?
No, I'm asking.
We
a
don't
serious
know what
question.
condition Charlie Kirk is in right now. Some raging leftist lunatic put a bullet through his neck, and you want to talk about Republicans right now? No.
No, I'm asking
not
you.
at all.
You said the
No,
Democrats
this
have donated
is
to,
on.
but
The
I'm asking,
Democrats own this.
But isn't there a
Democrats own
problem
this.
with political violence across the spectrum?
Yeah, we're talking about Charlie Kirk right now. That's the subject of this that we're talking about right now. Democrats own this 100%. And I'm going to say this. Democrats own what happened today. I am devastated. My kids have called panicking. All the kids of every conservative in the country called panicking. Just because you speak your mind on an issue doesn't mean you get shot.
By that logic, do Republicans own the shooting of the two Democratic lawmakers in Minnesota?
Political.
Isn't this on both
Are you
sides?
kidding me?
No, I'm asking.
We
a
don't
serious
know what
question.
condition Charlie Kirk is in right now. Some raging leftist lunatic put a bullet through his neck, and you want to talk about Republicans right now? No.
No, I'm asking
not
you.
at all.
You said the
No,
Democrats
this
have to own
is
it too,
on.
but I'm asking,
Democrats own this.
But isn't there a
Democrats own
problem
this.
with?
So that's what she's saying. The Democrats should own up to this. So they're already using this to stock up more divide amongst left and right circles. So expect a lot of shit to happen in the coming hours and days. So I'm just going to lay back and watch. I'm just going to enjoy the ride. Like my man said, enjoy the ride, enjoy the ride. So yeah. Thanks for the life that you gave us, Charlie Kirk. You will not be missed. So now you got permanently timed out. I have no sympathy or empathy. Hey, I'm with you. I'm your God. I ain't no Democrat and I ain't no Republican and I ain't even a sympathetic dude to anybody. So these people can all go to hell, Democrats and Republicans. I used to be in the Democrat circles back in the day. They used to do all that shit about being empathetic and listening to different voices and different people from all over the world and the minorities. We got to care about the minorities' opinion. And just when I gave an opinion that they didn't like, I got lynched online saying, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You should go to hell. You should just kill yourself and all that type of crazy shit. Because those people don't care about you. All you are is a token. Just they don't care about your opinion unless your opinion aligns with them. If they don't care that you're a minority, that you're a woman, that you're whatever. They just gonna act that they care and they want to uplift your opinion if you're one of those minorities. So just deviate 1 inch from their collective mindset, you'll get lynched. I understand, Mr. Amir. It's a part of humanity, but don't believe these wolves disguised as sheeps that they have any empathy towards anybody. Democrats can go to hell. And I'm going to say it again to anybody who's listening who thinks that I'm just a Republican or a right-wing hater. Democrat or a Democrat dick rider. Democrats can go all the way to hell. Because last year, when everybody was screaming at the top of their lungs, stop the massacres in Gaza, those sons of bitches were leaving the thing where they gather around. I forgot what it's called. They leaving it, meeting the protesters, putting their fingers in their ears, saying la 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 la, we're not hearing you. Literally on video, people putting their fingers in their ears, screaming that they don't want to listen to what people were saying about Gaza. So they can go fuck themselves and they can go to hell. Same as Republicans. Both people can go to hell. Sorry that I went on a tirade right there, but that's what I actually feel about those pieces of shit. So I appreciate everybody who came up on here. It was a quick stream that I wanted to come up and show you about what happened and what I think is going to happen afterwards in the aftermath. I might do another stream maybe tomorrow or the few days after when we have more clarity on what happened, on who did it, or what the motives are, and discuss what's going to happen and the fallout of these right-wing Congress people and lawmakers and what they think they want to do with what happened. Because I know damn sure they're going to do something with this and they're going to run away with it. So thanks for everybody for showing up. I appreciate anybody who came up, did a comment or two on the chat. Anybody who came up, thank you, Amir, for showing up in the chat. I appreciate you. So I'm gonna leave you with this last thing. and I'm gonna head out of the stream because it's kind of late where I live. It's 3 a.m. I wanted to do a quick stream, discuss what happened, and then I'm gonna leave you and discuss this maybe later when more things and more clarity comes up about what actually happened. So thanks for everybody for coming up. I appreciate what everybody who came up and left a comment on the chat. Yeah, I'm your god. I know it's kind of still daytime where you at, but I'm gonna head to sleep, man. I got a lot of work tomorrow. So thanks for everybody for coming up. Appreciate you. Drop a like, comment, and share on my channel. Leave a subscribe so you can find more streams hopefully in the coming days, and I can get back more into the streaming shit. So thanks for coming up, everybody. I'm gonna leave you with this. Oh shit, it's not showing. My bad.
They're here.
It is only one man.
No, they're here.